Ignition sequence start. All engines are running.
We have taken tremendous steps.
We choose to go to the moon before this decade is out.
We have achieved the earth-shaking, the breathtaking, the groundbreaking,
One small step for man,
and left a mark in the heavens. Our successes build one upon another and amplify what is possible.
The dawn of Orion.
It's time we take the next great leap. We're building the next chapter of American exploration, returning to the moon to stay, so we can go beyond to Mars, to expand what's possible and further our understanding. The architecture for these missions is already taking shape. We will go with new systems, bold designs, and a sustainable mission. You can hear it, taste it, touch it. We are going. We are training, testing, pressing our pioneering spirit into every component, defining our resolve with every line of code, and securing our success with every welcomed partnership. This is not hypothetical. This is not about flags and footprints. This is about sustainable science and feeding forward the advance of the human spirit. Because we are the pioneers, the star sailors, the thinkers, the visionaries, the doers. And because we stand on the shoulders of giants to go farther than humanity has ever been, we will add our names to the rolls of the greatest adventurers in history. Every day, every mission, we advance this calling. We are NASA. And after 60 years, we're just getting started.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will unapologetically say that I'm a NASA nerd. I love what we do at the agency. It makes our job very easy. And so I hope you all enjoyed the video. And so Steve and I are going to talk to you a little bit today about our new procurement system that we've implemented over the past 6 months, the NASA Contract Management System. So this system is the foundation for us and everything that you saw on the screen. Literally 85% of the agency's budget, about $25.4 billion, goes through the Office of Procurement. We enable everything that you just saw. So this is a huge journey for us. Appian has been a great partner for us to put this in place. So we're going to talk through that. We're going to talk a little bit about our experience, how we got here, where we're going, and how we enable that great mission. So really it started 3 years ago for us, and talking with our senior leadership. So at that time, our Chief Acquisition Officer was Pam Melroy, former astronaut, a brilliant lady, absolutely amazing, recognized that the importance of procurement at NASA and what we do to enable that mission. Stood behind us and said, NASA procurement, you need a purpose-built system to do procurement. That's where we're at today. We put a team together with Steve, who works for me, of experts doing agile implementation. Steve's got decades of experience putting systems in place. And we talked to our end users. That was critical for us. So being a NASA nerd myself, making sure that our people had the tools that they need to enable that mission was foundational for us, something that we really needed to do. So a little context, Office of Procurement has about 775 folks around the country. So we have quite a big workforce, like I said, and quite a big mission to accomplish. So let's launch into how we identified Appian as a solution to enable our mission. So as I said, the end users are really critical for us. So we had a very focused and intentional human-centered approach to how we chatted with our folks, how we interacted with them, and not only OP, but our stakeholders, so finance and logistics and all the others that interact with procurement. We talked to them and talked to them some more and talked to them some more, and they probably got tired of us talking to them, but it was a very critical piece for us to make sure that we got a system put in place that met their needs, that enabled us to have our mission. So we did surveys, we did listening sessions, we did interviews, we did rumbles. 2 days, we locked everybody in the room and they had at it in terms of what they wanted. And we did demos. It was the first time in almost 10 years that we had done a consolidated look at the market to understand what was out there and what was the realm of possibility. So let's talk about what we found. So as I said, I'm a NASA nerd, right? Failure is not an option for us. So we do things to not fail, and sometimes those things are uncomfortable. So the system that we had in place up until about 6 months ago, and we're still using it as we're transitioning into the Appian tool, is we found from our folks, clunky, it's outdated. The user interfaces for our folks did not work. Our people were not as efficient as they could be. Swivel chairing, we had multiple systems that people were going back and forth trying to figure out, where do I put this data in? I had to put it in twice, 2, 3 times, and that caused issues for our folks. It reduced our ability to have data conversations, data-driven conversations, and make data decisions if they were critical for the agency at that time. So through all of our research, our market research, through talks and everything, we came up with an end-to-end solution for a low-code contract lifecycle management system. Appian fit that bill for us. So in talking with some independent consultants through all of our research, reduction in 20% of our technical footprint and a 30% increase in productivity. So what that meant for our folks, they could work easier and faster to enable that mission. So let's see how it's been going. So as I said, we've been rolling out the system. We started in October. In terms of production, we have 10 centers across the country. We've rolled it out to 5, so about half our workforce is using Appian for new contract awards. And NCMS for us has made an immediate impact. We've used it for contract requirements for thermal protection systems, computational fluid dynamics, aircraft and space flight engineering, and even for components for our next rocket that's going to the moon and Mars and beyond. So I'm going to turn it over to Steve and let him walk us through how we accomplished so much in so little time.
Thanks, Jeff. The thing we want to highlight here is the aggressive schedule that we had. For 2 years, we worked with our legacy vendor, SAP, to make requirements for a new contract writing system. But in May of 2022, when I arrived, we decided we were going to open the aperture and look at what else was out there on the market. What could we use? So if you look on the thing, you can see that in 2023, we had a contract award. In 2024, we actually stood up the team. And 9 short months later, and if you haven't done contract writing systems, these take a very long time. It can take 5, 6, 10 years. In 9 months later, we had a pilot at Marshall Space Flight Center. So how did we meet this? So how do we meet this aggressive schedule? So what we wanted is we wanted to partner with industry teams that had had success already. So through our market research, we found out that Health and Human Services was using an Appian product with a human IT implementation to satisfy contract writing needs. This government off-the-shelf solution came to us at no cost and allowed NASA to save 2 years of deployment, hundreds of labor hours, and millions of dollars in funding. The collaboration between Appian, human IT, and NASA has enabled the NCMS to close long-standing gaps in NASA's procurement systems by delivering a unified source of truth for contract and grant data. So where are we now? NCMS has improved the procurement process, made it more standardized, more compliant, and more efficient. These changes have led to faster contract awards and modifications, directly supporting our mission success. Recently, we launched the government clause automation, which makes us more compliant, streamlines the contract writing process, reduces human error, improves efficiency, and saves time for our procurement professionals. Most importantly, especially now, NCMS is improving the accuracy and availability of procurement data. In my 25-year career, which Jeff alluded to, I've done over 40 contract writing system deployments, and this Appian and human IT implementation has been the most impactful and memorable.
So like I said, I'm a NASA nerd. My mission every day when I wake up is to make sure that our folks have the tools that they need to enable that mission that you saw. Nothing more than I love spending talking time with our literally rocket scientists, with our engineers. I've talked to Nobel Prize winners about what they do in space for us at the agency. It's nothing short of amazing. And for us in procurement to enable that mission is a task that we don't take lightly. So using Appian, using the solution that we've put in place, enables our procurement workforce to have purpose-built tools to enable that audacious mission to the moon, Mars, and beyond. Thank you, everybody.